What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today I'm joined by the illustrious Dorky Dad. Say hello to all the McMinions out there.
What up, McMillions? What up?
So, I'm bringing you on because we're going to be talking about leaderboards and how they suck, how they ruin a lot of events. And you and Boylon did a video the other day talking about the exploiting with the Stark stockpile event and how that kind of really soured a lot of people. It's made some high-end players quit. I know Reminex basically rage quit after the rewards came out, and he was less than thrilled. And your guild as well was affected by this exploit. Is that correct?
Yeah, we were oblivious to this issue, and I think some of us had a little bit too high moral standings to do it. I'm not necessarily claiming to be one of those people, but we did lose one person. We had a bunch of people claiming they were going to quit. A couple of them now still say they're waiting to see how Scopely is going to address the issue. One of them has flat out retired. She just said, "Hey, replace me on Sunday," which is today, I guess, in a few hours, and she's gone. So kind of sucks.
Yeah,
well,
yeah, it was not fun, and there was plenty of rage flying around about it, but I know also one thing that really annoyed people with this leaderboard was this whole, how the leaderboard kind of parsed out, because number one, low player participation in the event. Number two, the point allocation, there was not a lot of variety in points. So you ran into this issue where, like this guy says on Reddit, he opens 19 orbs, his teammate opens 19 orbs, they both get different leaderboard positions because there's just not many people on this leaderboard, and these rewards were pretty substantial, as you and I were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, these rewards were huge, and because there's such a small point system where it's like one orb gives you however many points, and of course, even if that number was multiplied, you're only opening so many orbs. Like when we're talking about people, pretty much the maximum was around 50 orbs people opened. Well, that leaves a lot of similar rankings like you had here, and they do a hard cutoff, not a soft cutoff that kind of can go where whatever the difference in numbers. So people open 19, they can get two different ranks. The same thing happened with 29. Some people got 1%, some people got 2 to 5%. And the way that they give priority in those events, it's under question. I have a theory that I've been exposed to, and I've been looking at it through different milestones, and I think it's what it is, which is super wacky.
And why don't you go ahead and explain for people what you think that is, with the distinction?
Okay, well, it started with tower mode, because as you know, with tower mode, there was the ranking system, and it, just like this, a lot of people got the exact same score, because we're all climbing the same floors, which is where the same points, not a lot of variation there. So you would see, like, when I did my run, it was super early. So I'd get, like, rank 29. It's like, oh, okay, cool. And then I'd go back an hour later, and I'm ranked 49. But everybody up to rank 29 had the exact same score as me.
Yeah.
So I started looking into it, and someone reached out to me, and she told me it goes by PID. It does a digit check on the first digit. So not necessarily the amount of digits in the PID, but it just checks the first digit. So if your PID starts at the number 9, you get priority everybody else. If your number starts with 1, you get dropped down. I got a 3, so I got dropped down pretty hard. And if there's a tie, then it checks the next digit in line and the next digit in line, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and once you start explaining that to me, it actually gave me a little bit of deja vu. I don't know if you ever played Galaxy of Heroes.
No.
Okay, so in the Alliance raids, if once you did a full clear, everybody would have like a tie score on it. And what it ended up being originally was that it was sorted by player ID. The person with like the lowest number would always get first place rewards. And eventually CG stepped in and said, hey, you know, that's kind of unfair. And they just made it random. So like just anybody who gets that score can be in first place. It's completely random now. Feels a little more fair. I don't know if that's something they'll consider for this leaderboard, but more just maybe get rid of some of these leaderboards.
Yeah, if they can't manage it properly, it's kind of wacky. And for Galaxy Heroes, that doesn't sound any better, honestly. These companies just need to get better at just acknowledging that people who tied scores should get the better rewards, not the worst rewards. Just like in war, when you tie, give everybody the win, because you can't really coordinate that. Not going to be much collusion there.
No. But we got this new event announced, this Scourge event. And as I was reading through it, I was like, oh man, this is going to be great. You know, we get to set the difficulty. Like, if I want to go for this points, like it's going to be milestones or character shards, something, I get to choose the difficulty. I can say, okay, maybe I can swing this difficulty, get these character shards for this upcoming horseman. And looking through it was great. And then you scroll down here and then boom, a leaderboard. And at that point, my excitement for this event dropped. Because I have a feeling it's going to be something like Blitz, where it's going to be incredibly top heavy in rewards.
Well, it could also be really awkward too, because maybe they don't do it like 1%. Maybe they do like the top 10 are going to get whatever. Well, if the top 10 people all do the exact same difficulty with the exact same scourges, they're going to get the exact same points, then how are they going to do that? Which would be just like this orb opening event we just had.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, it's going to be a collection power measuring stick with a little bit of skill, right? Like I could outskill some people with a couple extra million on me, but for the mid game players and the new game players, it completely just shuts them off from the leaderboard, which is kind of yucky.
Yeah, it's my cluster. There was some 4-letter words flying around when they learned about this leaderboard, this event. They were okay with the announcement, and then they saw the leaderboard, and there was a lot of anger because I mean, there's nothing wrong with like the best players getting the best rewards sometimes, but like when you're gating off Apocalypse and the 4 horsemen behind a leaderboard, it doesn't feel good. Like if you're a lower TCP player, like what's your motivation now for pushing through with this event?
Yeah, I mean, with any luck, and it's kind of hard to hope for luck with Scopely, the leaderboards will be resource based and not shard based. Did they mention that it was going to be shard?
They did. Yeah, they said these points will unlock milestones and be tied to leaderboard rewards, both of which will grant character shards for the new legendary horseman.
Yeah, that's yuck. I also don't understand how are they using legendary the way we use it, or are they switching it up? Because how do you get shards? Is it like the top 1% are going to get 310 like an unlock, and then one lower they would get
I don't know.
180?
I honestly don't know. We don't know the full details yet. But
it's so strange.
But I mean, knowing their track record, does it really give you a lot of confidence in this event?
No, especially if like what's the first star unlock is 15 shards? What if the last
I think it's
percentile
10
rank
for a 1-star.
10? Okay, well, regardless.
Maybe it's 15.
What if? Yeah, I think it's 15 because it's like 15 and then 20, 30. Yeah, it's 15. Okay. So what if the very worst leaderboard ranking is 15 shards, but it also has other rewards in it? So every single time they run this, you have the biggest TCP people still hogging up all those top ranks, and then every single time it comes, the people who are lesser power are only getting 15, and they got to grind that all the way up to 310. I don't know. It sounds sketchy at best.
Yeah, I mean, what I would like to see is that the majority of the character shards are through milestones, because at that point it's tied to the character's skill and progression as a roster, and like I would love for them to just get rid of the leaderboard for this event and just have it tied to milestones. I mean, that's really what it should be. And, it's kind of the same thing. Like, my big issue with Tower has been, like, this leaderboard. Like, why do I have a leaderboard for Tower? Because it's all about my skill, my progression, me figuring out these rosters, or me figuring out how to use my roster the best way. But now I'm having to compete with other players for, like, these really, really good rewards in Tower mode.
Yeah, I guess at least with Tower mode, it seems like the ranked rewards are kind of iffy at best. Like, there's not a huge discrepancy, because I don't know what bracket you ended up in. I ended up in 1% this last time, and when I opened up the orb, it was just like one unique of everything, and it made zero difference to my roster, and it was mostly about fun. Yeah. But when you talk about unlockable characters, literally the things we play with in the game, not the mode itself, it's like, you got to kind of give these up.
Right.
It's different. It's for sure different with the character shards come into play.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for the Scourge event, for Apocalypse, for all this?
That's selfishly, I'm very excited. It sounds like a lot of fun. Select the difficulty, put these like when I used to play WoW, what was it called? Affixes. You throw these affixes into the mix, kind of adds some different things. As a content creator, it lets me kind of have some material to play around with. So I'm excited for that. And also I just like the challenge. But like by the time this comes out, I'm going to be around 21 million. My Dark Hunters, even Voodoo, are already gear tier 15. My Morbius will be gear tier 15. My Web Warriors are geared, like, I am ready to go because of my lifestyle, which probably isn't advisable.
I mean, let's be real here. I mean, you're a whale. You're in a whale guild or a whale alliance. You spend money on the game. There's not that there's anything wrong with that. That's just how you play the game.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's just, you can't cater every single thing to the whales. Like,
correct.
The last event that just passed was catered to the whales. Blitz is actually kind of catered to whaley tryhards, which is one thing. But this, yeah, I don't know. It's definitely going to be very whaley considering it's Dark Hunters and Web Warriors. Like, two super teams.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Morbius. Morbius cannot arrive soon enough, but like, I'm gonna be excited to see what we can do with Web Warriors and Dark Hunters, two teams that are not really like general PvE kind of teams. Like Web Warriors lose a lot of power outside of raids, and Dark Hunters are very much a war team. So it's gonna be fun to see what these two teams can do at higher difficulty. I feel like it's gonna be a bloodbath, but we'll see.
I'm excited. I already have plans. I'm excited.
It's gonna be a good time. You're probably thinking like mixing and matching them, right?
Oh, just Spider-Gwen with Dark Hunters. It's gonna be great.
Really?
Yeah. Lots of spreading those offense down, defense down, bleeds from Ghost Rider. And then if she dies, throw in Spider-Man for his very low cooldown special. That's a whole other topic. Let's not make it fun. Let's discuss like how to make it.
Let's talk about how much we hate Marvel Strike Force.
Yeah, that's what the people want.
Yeah, I mean, well, honestly, what we were really just talking about for this video was just leaderboards and Scopely, stop with the leaderboards on everything, please.
Broaden the fun to everybody.
Yes.
The whales are spending money for sure. Some whales are dropping out. They really are. And we need everybody to be getting these rewards to kind of build themselves up, to fill the ranks of the whaley alliances, and also so they're having fun and just keep the general health of the game. Let skill and try hard kind of overdo spending a little bit more than currently is.
Would you, if you were having fun with the game, like more fun than you are having now, would you spend more money on the game?
No, I can't afford to spend money on the game.
Never mind. There goes my point was going to be like, get like those new players in, like be like, get them to have fun. Let them look at this event for Scourge and be like, oh, this looks great. I really want to try and push it. And then they'll spend money to try and push it. But if they're going to be stuck with these leaderboards, like they're going to look at it and say, oh, well, like the Krakens of the game are going to get the best reward. So what's my point in trying now?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Listen, they made this announcement right before Voodoo dropped, right? So at least you can kind of make a slightly informed decision. But why would somebody who's going to get Voodoo maybe to like gear tier 14 based on the resources that they accrue during their time in the game, why is someone then going to drop money on Voodoo knowing some beluga whale like me is going to go out and have a maxed out Voodoo and maxed out Dark Hunters and they're not going to stand it? Like, it's just, you got to make it, a fun goal to reach, not an insurmountable.
Yeah. All right, well, that's gonna kind of wrap up our little rant and discussion of leaderboards here. Dorky Dad, why don't you plug your channel for everybody real quick?
Yeah, guys, if you want to come check me out, Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, I do all my wars on Twitch, and then everything I do gameplay-wise kind of gets uploaded to YouTube, edited out with some timestamps for your viewing pleasure. So that's youtube.com/dorkydad and twitch.tv/dorkydad.
All right, well, Dorky Dad, thank you very much for coming on. We will have to do another collab here in the future. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about these leaderboards? Do you like these leaderboards? Do you not like these leaderboards? Questions, comments, concerns, make sure to drop them down below. But as always, if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time.